There are even more ways of applying keywords. And again, you only have to find one method that works for you. But there is an area down here called the keyword list. These are kind of all the keywords you've applied in general. And when you click on an image, you'll see a checkbox next to each keyword that's been applied to it. And let's say I misapplied one. I had, there's another church I think I missed. First off, if I have that and I can find the keyword I want, to apply it from this list, you go to the keyword you want, and on the left side there's like an indent. When you mouse over it, if you click there, it turns on a checkbox and applies it. And so let's say I have the wrong keyword on one of these. Let's say that this particular thing here I have as a church, but it's not. It's a house or something else. Well, all I need to do is if I click on that, I'll see checkboxes for all the keywords that are applied to it, and I can just come up here and turn off that checkbox, and now that keyword is no longer applied. You can also use the keyword list to quickly find images. Let's say that I want to find all the images that we shot at Creative Live. Remember that? Well, here's my keyword list. I see the word Creative Live, and I see that there's 10 photos. It tells me the number of photos that have that keyword assigned to it within my catalog. And you see a little arrow next to the number. If I click on that arrow, it's going to bring me to all those pictures. Those are all the pictures that I shot at Creative Live. With one click, I was able to get to them. All it's doing is performing a search for me. And it does it up here using what's known as a filter bar. That's the same way that you can search for 5-star or above images that we did the other day, or search for only TIFF files or things shot with a particular lens. And you can actually use this to narrow it down even further. If you're done viewing those, at the top of your screen will be the choice of none, meaning no filtering. And so anyway, I can go in here now. Let's find all the churches. And so I'll just click on the arrow next to church, and I'm viewing them all now. And so it's a really nice way to be able to get to your images. The problem is that this list can become extremely long. I mean, like a mile long kind of thing. So you don't always want to deal with it. And that's why, if you want to find an image, up here at the top of your screen, you have the filter bar when you're in the library. And with the filter bar, you can filter for text. And text would include keywords. So if I go over here and just choose text, this little thing drops down, and I can say search any searchable field. That would mean file names, keywords, and other things that contain text, like captions or other metadata. If I click here, I can be more specific. And one of the things I can choose is keywords. So then I tell it, does it need to contain everything I search for? Or do I want to just say that it doesn't contain it, that it does contain, all sorts of things you can have in here. But I'm going to say it contains all these things. Now I'm just going to type in Iceland. So I get all my Iceland images. If I type in Iceland waterfall, now I'm only seeing waterfalls that are in Iceland. And if I had the picture of me with my finger in it, let's see if I didn't, maybe those aren't tagged waterfall. Let's see if aren't tagged Iceland. Yeah, I just noticed that those are not tagged Iceland because they didn't show up when I did Iceland waterfall. Well, I can select all these right now. Just make sure they all have Iceland attached to them. If I select a bunch in this list, if it is mixed in that it has the keyword on some and doesn't have it on others, when you look at the keyword in the list, it'll just show you a dash telling you some of them have that keyword. If I click that, it just made sure all of them have it. So now if I search for Iceland waterfall, it'll show me all the waterfalls from Iceland. If I had removed the word Iceland and this was my real catalog on my real hard drive, instead of one that we created, remember we created this catalog on the first day, I think, and started ingesting things. This would have found waterfalls in Oregon and Washington and Hawaii and everywhere else. But typing in Iceland and waterfall would have done that. If I tag all the pictures that have me in them with my name, just tag